People often believe that generosity is measured by how much we give, but the truth is, real kindness is shown when we choose to help someone, even when we have very little ourselves. Anyone can be generous when life is comfortable. The real test of character comes when we're struggling, yet we still decide to put someone else's needs before our own. Today's story carries a powerful lesson that many people forget in today's busy world. A long time ago, there lived a beggar in a small village. He was young, healthy, and physically strong. There was nothing wrong with him, but he hated hard work. Instead of earning a living, he chose to spend his days begging from house to house. He had a wife and 2 young children. Every day, whatever food he received through begging was all his family had to survive. One morning, he left home as usual in search of food, but that day was different. He walked through one village after another, asking for help, yet almost everyone turned him away. As the sun began to set, only 2 people showed him kindness. One man gave him a small bag of wheat. Another handed him 2 simple pieces of bread. Although it wasn't much, the beggar felt relieved. He knew his wife and children had been waiting all day without food. Holding the bread and wheat tightly, he started walking home through a nearby forest. As he made his way along the lonely path, he noticed an old man sitting beneath a large tree. The old man looked extremely weak. His face was pale, his body was trembling, and he seemed too exhausted to even stand. The beggar walked over to him. The old man looked up and said in a weak voice, "My son, if you have anything to eat, please give me a little. I haven't eaten for days. Even a small piece of bread might save my life." The beggar stood there in silence. He looked at the 2 pieces of bread in his hands. Then he thought about his wife and children waiting him at home. If he gave away the bread, his own family would sleep hungry. His heart told him to help. His mind told him to keep the food. He stood there for several moments, unable to decide. Finally, after thinking for a long time, he broke off only a tiny piece of bread and handed it to the old man. Then he quietly continued walking home. After only a few steps, something unusual happened. A strange golden light began shining from inside his bag. Surprised, he quickly opened it. The moment he looked inside, he froze. The same small piece of bread he had given away was now lying inside his bag, but it was no longer bread. It had turned into solid gold. The beggar couldn't believe his eyes. Without wasting another second, he ran back toward the old man, but when he reached the tree, the old man had disappeared. There was no sign that anyone had ever been there. The forest was completely silent. At that moment, the beggar understood. This had never been an ordinary old man. It was a test. Perhaps God had come to see what was truly inside his heart. The beggar fell to his knees with tears in his eyes. He whispered to himself, "If only I had given him both pieces of bread, they would have returned as gold as well. I thought only about myself and missed the greatest opportunity of my life." But the true lesson of the story isn't about gold. It's about compassion. Every day, life gives us opportunities to help someone in need. Sometimes it's a hungry person. Sometimes it's an elderly stranger. Sometimes it's someone injured in an accident, waiting for help, while everyone else simply watches. Too often people think someone else will help, and then they walk away. But what if everyone thinks the same way? Sometimes a single phone call can save a life. Sometimes offering water to someone in need can change their day. Sometimes giving just a few minutes of your time can save an entire family from heartbreak. Never underestimate the value of even the smallest act of kindness, because good deeds never disappear. They always find their way back to us, often in ways we never expect. So whenever life gives you a chance to help someone, don't let selfishness stop you. Because the greatest wealth in this world isn't gold or money. It's the kindness we leave behind in the hearts of others. And every act of kindness is seen, remembered, and rewarded. If not today, then someday.